Hi, my name's Dave. I'm at the Intestinal Fail Unit at Salford Royal. The purpose of this video is to show you the unit where you will be cared for and hopefully allay any concerns you may have.
We are a national unit that specialises in intestinal failure. The unit is special because it is very nurse-led. When the patient first arrives, we've actually planned before your arrival, so we don't just put patient in a bed, we look at where the patient will be most comfortable to an experienced patient that's already on the unit. So we don't just put you anywhere, we think about it and discuss it as a team.
When you first come to the unit, we will show you around the unit. We will show you all the facilities we have, such as the patient kitchen, the patient laundry, where the sluices are. Unlike other wards, we will encourage patients to leave the ward environment when it's safe to do so.
First impressions, how different it was compared to a normal ward. Normal wards are busy, a bit congested. So when I first came onto H8, it was straight away you could see the layout is different. The rooms are larger and the initial meet and greet from the nurses is different.
You get a lot of information in a folder which guides you through the facilities that are available, but you also get shown right round, and most of the patients that are here work on a sharing knowledge basis and are supportive of each other.
I think the staff are aware you're going to be a long-term patient. For the majority of the patients here are long-term. So yeah, they get to introduce you to the other nurses as soon as they can, for sure lead nurse for the day. So straight away I felt quite at home in the ward, yeah.
In the first meeting, we will actually introduce ourselves and the ethos of the unit. We will make you familiar with the fact as to what the plan of your treatment might be, and we will take care of all of your requirements regarding you getting better and getting where you want to be.
So when you first come, we information gather, we work out exactly what's happened in your previous hospital, and that helps us work out what we can do as you're with us. One approach that we try to adopt here, or we do adopt here, is we are one team. So there's me, there's a variety of other people that you'll have seen on the website, but we all work very cohesively. You will be on the unit if we have a bed. For the most part, you will stay on this ward. Occasionally, you may need to be on an outside ward, but the same team will be looking after you wherever you are. It'll be me with the same team.
There are a lot of questions which people ask, and they're not necessarily thinking about it when we come around to do our main ward round. So if you have any questions, please note them down and then ask for a meeting, and we will happily come and chat to you at a more convenient and more calm time.
As well as the nurses here, who are incredibly personal, understand that you might have specific needs. We all have very different needs here. We also have a lot of facilities here that make a great difference to us on the unit.
It's the philosophy here is to encourage you to do lots of things yourself, like your own washing and your own, even prepare your own food. Lots and lots of things you do yourself that you wouldn't do normally in hospital.
I think the encouragement of the staff and the fact that you do have very much your own space, and there are facilities like the laundry. You've got your own access to a kitchen at any time when you maybe want to have a drink or something. But it's helpful if people want specific foods that maybe aren't readily available. You can store that yourself. And there's simple things like you're able to make your family a cup of tea or a cup of coffee when they come, which feels far more homely than any other environment I've ever been in a hospital.
As well as the doctors and nurses here to assist you, there are two groups. The focus group, which is patients and staff that meet 4 times a year to discuss all kinds of things, and the expert patient group. These are people who have been patients on the unit themselves and now come in and speak with people like you who may have concerns or problems, with an aim to assist you and make life more comfortable on the unit.
I found it very useful, very helpful. Staff have been great. Just really helped me with my wound and make me feel better and more confident within, myself, so I can get off the ward and, socialise with my family again.
My husband is my soul partner. What he doesn't know about me, nobody knows about me. So the fact that they address my husband as much as me is hugely important from the staff here at the hospital. But also there's a relatives room here, so at weekends he can stay and we can see each other longer, which I miss him terribly, so that makes a big difference.
My experience anywhere else has been that if they're not there, they don't get to hear about it. But here, they will have family meetings with you. But as well as that, they will say, is your husband here, is your partner here, when they're wanting to talk to you about something. So it's a very inclusive thing. It's not a last minute thought. It's very much that's the way they work, so that everybody's on the same page and there are no surprises.
So I've spent 12 months on the ward over the last 2 years. But because I live a long distance away, I have regularly had family come on. But what the ward has helped me to do is be more independent with the care of my wounds and my treatment, encouraging me to be hands-on and doing more for myself. So when I have gone home on weekend leave, or when I went home for Christmas, I was able to do more for myself.
Well, when we first arrived, it was a completely new experience. For the past 12 months, we'd been in and out of hospitals, and about 9 or 10 times in all. When we arrived here, it was more expansive. The staff were really welcoming. They were prepared to answer any questions that we had, although we found we had more questions later on once we'd got over the shock. They showed us around all the facilities, which we were surprised at, and my husband was very pleased about the kitchen, as was I. The kettle got some hammering, I can tell you that.
Well, from my point of view, I would say it was the atmosphere, the way the staff dealt with us, compared to anywhere else that we've been in the past. This was a totally different unit with the nurses and the sisters, because they were so friendly. It was like family. That's the only way I can describe it. It was like an extended family. If I needed anything, I always got an answer, or the family, if they wanted to know anything, were able to come and go as often as we wanted, whilst Dave was poorly. So I have no faults at all. It's a brilliant unit.
Well, we look at planning for the future on admission really, so that when you come in, we're already looking at how we can support you when you go home and what facilities you might need in your home environment to accommodate your illness. We'll also look at what support we can give you when you go home in the community.
After your discharge, the journey doesn't end. The unit is always here if you need any help or support.